What are the prerequisites to GCCP certification? How you will get the certificate? When you will get the certificate? What is the mentor coaching program? What happens in the mentor coaching program? What are the prerequisites of it? Coaching call recordings, CCR1, CCR2, CCR2, their prerequisites. Coaching practice, how can you complete your coaching practice hours required for the ICF credentialing? How you will maintain the coaching logs? And what is the ICF credentialing process? Of course, the ICF credentialing process, the guide is the ICF website, because ICF has a very benchmark website. Means if I have to consider any website as a benchmark as far as the information is concerned, not the aesthetics and all that, and on the information, the content, right? I think it is the ICF website. They have given the credentialing information wonderfully there. So if you just spend 1 to 2 hours grasping the ICF website under the heading of the credentials, you will be clear. But I'm just going to give you some gist. So this is what are the contents of our clarity session. So the first is the prerequisites to GCCP certification. Now, understand that the program, the GCCP program, has been designed as a PCC program. It's a ACTP program. It's a level 2 program. Level 2 means it has to be PCC program. So the program is made of 175 hours, including mentor coaching. Mentor coaching is 11 or 12 hours. Actually, it is 11 synchronous hours, 8 hours of group mentor coaching and 3 hours of individual mentor coaching, plus 1 hour of asynchronous content, right? So consider that it is 12 hours. So 175 hours include 12 hours of mentor coaching. So this is the program. So whatever I will be talking for the entire program of the PCC level. I fully understand that few of you are at a ACC level. So if the matter is not clear to you, please stop me and ask me question, raise your hand, right? And if you, for your ACC level, have some specific question, do ask me. But the reason of I keeping this particular clarity session at the end of M3 is basically for ACC students. Because for the PCC students, I'm going to repeat this session at the end of M5, because the PCC students still have time. But for the ACC students who would like to leave the program midway at the end of M3, right? If I don't give them the clarity about the certification and the credential, there is a problem. So I have introduced this particular clarity session only from the batch 5 onwards. So the November 2022 onwards, now we have added this, because I realized that is few of the ACC students were not clear on the variety of the things, and this is the reason why we incorporated the clarity session at the end of M3, and it is already there at the end of M5 as well for the PCC students. So prerequisites to GCCP certification. The first prerequisite is your attendance has to be minimum 80%. Means minimum 80% means that does not mean the 79% does not qualify. But yes, the average attendance, the 80% is the need, because this is a very intense program. This is not some kind of virtual self-study learning, right? So the coaching education is much more intense. So unless you participate in it, right? And if that participation is inadequate, then there is a doubt in our mind that whether you have understood everything well, because ultimately we are giving you our brand. So you will be branded as Master My Life educated coach. So we are very conscious about our brand. So we want all the participants to attend minimum 80% of the sessions. If not, for any specific reason, health reason, travel reason, some genuine reason, we will allow you to attend the sessions with the other batches without any additional cost. So the idea is not commercial here. The idea is that we want you to basically have that particular confidence and the understanding which is needed to develop your competence, right? So this particular, say, attendance to the other batch is applicable to all the coaching sessions, but not for the observed coaching session. Why not for the observed coaching session? Because in an observed coaching session, for example, there are 9 students. So we plan 3 observers, because in each breakout room, there are 3 people. Now, for example, another 3 from the various batches will attend this particular observed coaching session. Where is the observer there? And we can't plan this particular observer in a very short notice. Believe me, these international faculty coaches work on the annual calendar, not weekly or monthly. I have to tell them about the November session in the month of January, right? So in observed coaching session, adding you to the another batch is difficult because the everything is fixed. But for example, there is a other normal session when there is a single faculty, we can accommodate you to that particular batch so that you can complete your attendance in case of any problem. If no problem, then of course there is no need for you to attend the session with the other batch. There is one more way you can complete your attendance provided there is a problem. You can go through the LMS for the session recording of that particular session on LMS, and you submit a one-page report to MML operations, ops@mastermylifeedu.com. This is the email ID. You send that report. So you attach that one-page report. That is okay. I missed this particular session, and this is I have already gone through the LMS session recording of this particular session, and this is my one-page understanding. So with that also we can adjust your attendance in case of any problem. So the idea is, that is, are you understanding each and every chapter? That is more important to us, because mere percentage doesn't mean anything. Means, for example, you are attending and you are not paying attention. So then whether it is 90% attendance or 100% attendance, it doesn't mean, right? So we are flexible, but at the same time, we really want that sincerity from all of you to attend 80% of the session at least, right? Or to go through the LMS, or to make up your attendance by attending the missed sessions with the other batch. So the ops team is always there to basically help you. Now, this 80% is applicable to what? Is applicable to the regular sessions. But there are two kinds of sessions which are special of kind, which is the mentor coaching and observed coaching sessions. Mentor coaching, you have to attend 100%. You can't miss the mentor coaching session. So there are 4 sessions of group mentor coaching at the end of the program. So all the 4 sessions, that is 4 into 2 is 8 hours, you must attend. And then there are 3 individual mentor coaching sessions. And that extra 1 hour is your homework, wherein you submit your report to the mentor coach. So the put together 4 hours, but the synchronous is 3 hours IMC, 3 individual 60-minute sessions with the mentor coach at a personal level. That is mandatory. So there you can't say, no. In the GMC, I will attend only 3 sessions. In IMC, I will attend only 2 sessions. No, you have to attend 100% of the mentor coaching. Of course, if you miss the GMC with one batch for any reason, we will allow you to attend the GMC with the another batch. But the IMC is anyway your individual personal interaction. So of course you are going to complete it. There is no alternative, and the calendar is flexible. So the IMC doesn't happen as per the batch calendar. It happens between a mentor coach and you at an individual level as per both of your convenience. So there is no possibility of you missing the IMC session in any way. The program has total 6 observed coaching sessions in a calendar. So each observed coaching session has basically 2 coaching sessions and all that. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 6 2 hours observed coaching sessions are part of the program, out of which you have to attend minimum 5. So you have to be extra careful about our attendance during the observed coaching session, because accommodating you to another batch observed coaching session is difficult for us, because there is a fixed quantum of the observers and we can't add observers in a short notice, right? So minimum 5. Now, for example, you are a ACC student. At ACC level, how many observed coaching sessions are there? 3, because every module, M1 has 1 observed coaching session, M2 has 1, M3 has 1. So total 3 observed coaching sessions. So you must attend minimum 2 observed coaching sessions. So you need to be careful on the attendance of the observed coaching sessions. Then during this entire program, there is a provision of the 20 hours of the buddy coaching. See, the buddy coaching is a say triad. So there is a coach, there is a coachee, there is an observer. But the observer is not must. It is not essential. It is good to have the observer. But even if you don't have, it is all right. But for a coaching session to take place, the minimum requirement is coach and coachee. So we have considered the minimum requirement that during your buddy coaching, minimum coach and coachee are there, right? So the 20 hour means as a coach, you were active for the 10 hours, and as a coaching, you were active for the 10 hours. So your total investment in time in buddy coaching during the entire program is 20 hours. Means as a coach, you must submit 10 hours of buddy coaching logs for the PCC level entire 6 months program. ACC is 50% of this. And this buddy coaching log need to be in MML coaching log format. Why MML coaching log format? Because it is reflective. The idea of the buddy coaching is different. The idea of the buddy coaching is not to just accumulate the number of hours for the credentials. The idea of the buddy coaching is learning, implement the learning, the concepts, the theories, the tools and techniques into your coaching practice while you are learning. So that is the reason in buddy coaching, you must get the feedback from the coachee. You must see, okay, have I achieved the objective of the session? Okay, so what were the things I could have done better as a coach? Which CCs I think that I need to further improve as a coach? So all this reflection is a part of this particular buddy coaching log. Now, is it mandatory for you to fill all the fields into the buddy coaching log? Not necessarily. For example, in some case, if the session objective or the session goal is confidential, mention it as a confidential. We are not interested in collecting any private information. Neither we are interested in even going through the buddy coaching logs. We are interested in, are you reflecting? The format allows you to reflect. That is our interest. Our interest is to not to go into the each and every line of your buddy coaching log. Neither we have time, and nor it is the intention. The intention is that with the buddy coaching log, if you do it sincerely, automatically you will reflect and learn. Because the ICF coaching log format is only for the numbers. There is no reflection in that particular coaching log. So just if you say maintain the logs into the ICF format, it will not help your learning. So this is the reason this buddy coaching log has to be in a specific format. So for the entire PCC level program, as a coach, you have to submit 10 hours of coaching log. At a ACC level, you have to submit 5 hours of coaching log. Every module necessarily has a coach knowledge test. You have to pass that, and you shall pass that, because for any reason, if you fail, you have to retake the test. Again, what is the idea of the test? Again, the idea of the test is not scoring. Okay, someone has got 100% marks, someone has 80% marks. That is secondary. The idea of this particular test at the end of the module is allow you to reflect, allow you to think that is okay, I have learned, have I assimilated it, right? So while taking the test, you will think through it. There are a variety of the options, right? And if the answer is wrong, you have the opportunity to discuss it into the reflection session with me. That is okay. This is our doubt. Why this answer is wrong? Why this answer is right? So all that is possible in a reflection session. So before we moving to the next module, we are concretizing our learning. We are clarifying our learning for the current module is the idea. So this is the test. Then the most important point of the certification, which has a very higher weightage. Every point is important, but here the weightage is more, is the passing the final performance evaluation. Because this is a ACTP program, this is a level 2 program. So the ICF has delegated their authority and the responsibility of final performance evaluation, which is the final exam of a coach. So this has to be done by Master My Life. So your third CCR, which you submit during your mentor coaching, will be assessed by ICF PCC marker assessor. In our case, it is Meghna Srivastav, who is also the director of the program, MCC coach, as well as ICF PCC marker. She only does this particular third coaching call assessment, and you must pass it. If you don't pass it, okay, means you can't get the certificate, then you have to, of course, redo it, right? So this is the final performance evaluation. How it helps you? Because ICF will not ask you to submit the coaching call recordings during your credentialing application. If this is already done by Master by Life, you will just upload the certificate, confirm ICF the coaching practice hours. Then the ICF will accept your application. ICF will give you the link for the credentialing exam and will give you the 90 days to take the exam as per your convenience on any date and time. And then you take that particular exam, you pass that particular online exam, and then you get your credentials in 4 weeks' time if you are a level 2 student. If you are a level 1 student, if you are a ACC level, SCSTH level 1 student, then it will take 16 weeks, and then you have to submit your coaching call recording to the ICF. Because this particular delegation of responsibility and the authority of the final performance evaluation, ICF has given for the level 2, for the PCC, because they are sure that if you are a PCC level student, means you have the comprehensive understanding and the everything is being taken care. But if you are a SCC level student, as per the ICF, they are not 100% sure. So they want to check the recording themselves. So in case of ACC, you have to submit one coaching call recording to the ICF along with your credentialing application in future, not now. MML certification has nothing to do with the ICF credentialing. After the completion of the coaching education, you are going to get the MML certificate. You will be official coach. You can start your practice. The credentialing is the additional icing on the cake. For that additional icing on the cake, you need to submit one coaching call recording to the ICF for the ACC student. For the PCC student, you don't have to submit any coaching call recording to the ICF because your final performance evaluation happens within the program during the mentor coaching. And of course, during the program, you have to follow the code of ethics. So these are the prerequisites of you getting the GCCP certificate. And after completion of your program, you have to submit one certification declaration form. The form has a variety of the questions and you have to fill that, submit that Google form. Operations get it, operation verifies your form, and then operations releases the certificate. Any question on any of the pointers mentioned on the slide? Yes, Suvarna.
Thank you so much for providing so much of in-depth information. Just curious to know that, let's see that if I have enrolled for a PCC and at intermediate level, I just wanted to check whether I'm getting enough ready for PCC and I wanted to attempt even ACC exams. Is it feasible?
Yeah. So a PC, the beauty about the PCC level education is you can complete entire PCC level education with mentor coaching. And after 100 hours of practice, you can still seek the ACC credentials from the ICF. And again, after 500 hours, you can seek PCC credentials from the ICF. So for you, it is possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just I have to follow all these steps or protocols which has been mentioned that, okay, one recording submission for ICF and again proceed further the usual process and do.
So for PCC level student, you don't have to submit coaching call according to ICF.
No, but I'm doing intermittently for ACF credentials also, right?
Intermittently means after completion of the program, right?
Okay.
The ICF requires 100 hours of coaching practice for the ACC level application.
Correct.
So consider that you have this 100 hours, say at the end of your coaching education. Why I'm saying this? Because otherwise it doesn't look practical. Because ICF allows you to enter your coaching practice in the logs.
Correct.
Join the program.
Correct.
Now you can't log your previous hours, right? So if you are logging your hours when you started the coaching education program, definitely you are not going to have 100 hours in 3 months' time.
True.
Practically not possible, right? So unless you are your job is full-time coaching, means 8 hours per day you are coaching, which is not the case, right? So consider that. Right. So this is the batch one. Batch one has say started in February. So March. So say your education is completing in the month of August, PCC level. So practically, when you will apply to the ICF for the ACC level credentials, you have already completed the entire education. Your performance evaluation has already happened. So in your case, you are only applying for the ICF credentialing, but you are applying to the ICF credentialing under level 2 path. Under PCC path, you are asking them the ACC credential because you don't have 500 hours. You have only 100 hours. So ICF considers you as a PCC level student. ICF don't ask you any coaching call recording because the Mastermind Life has already done it. If you have the SCTP certificate, means you never submit any coaching call recording to the ICF. But because you don't have 500 hours, you will get the ACC credentials after completion of the 100 hours. And then when you will have 500 hours, again you will apply, again you will have the same process, again you will pay the application fees to the ICF online, and then you will get the PCC credentials. So the benefit of directly applying to the PCC credential is you don't have to pay fees twice. It is the number one benefit. Otherwise, at a ACC credential application, you have to pay some $300-$500 fee. Again, at the PCC level credentials, you have to pay $500 fee. So this repetition of the fees can be avoided is the point number one. Point number two, when you are already at a PCC level, you have already taken education at a PCC level, why should you market yourself as a SCC coach? Because you are already PCC, so it is better to wait for some time and directly go for PCC instead of branding yourself as a SCC coach. So these are the two.
I hear you.
Why people directly apply for PCC. Okay, now there is a very special case that there is an organization who is ready to give you the executive coaching assignment, but they want you to be credentialed. And this is their rule, that is without ACC or PCC credential, they will not give you the business, and the business is on the platter. In such a special case, you can get the ACC credential first. Otherwise, if this special case is not there, so I recommend you to wait for more time, complete 500 hours of coaching practice, and directly apply for the PCC credentials. So it is better for your branding. It is better for the commercials as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Your insights definitely hits. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Yes, Bella.
So I just have need one clarity. So there are two things, right? One is PCC and one is PCC with ICF credential, right? So what we are saying is that PCC will be done at the end of 6 months, which will include the mentor coaching hours as well. Then we will submit one call recording to MML. MML will pass it through. So that means that PCC is done. Now, if we want to go with PCC ICF credential, then we just have to submit MML certificate to ICF, and then they will allow us to go ahead with the credential exam. Is my understanding correct? Just wanted to.
So first of all, let us use now the right terms, right? Because from the way you are speaking, I got this understanding that, okay, the terms need to be right. So the number one, ACC and PCC is not the education. It is the credentialing only. So the PCC is a credential. ACC is a credential. education is level 1 and level 2. So now we will explain you. And I will explain for the PCC, for the ACC, you will understand it automatically. If you don't understand, ask me question. For example, you are a PCC level student, not PCC student, PCC level student. Now, why we use this ACC and PCC level? It is just for the understanding purpose. It is not technically correct. Technically, you are completing level 2 ACTP education. Level 2 ACTP education allows you to apply to the ICF for the PCC credentials. So when you will get the certificate from MML and you are yet to get the credentials, because absolutely the credentialing is going to take time because you have to complete 500 hours. It is not going to happen in few months' time. So it will take 1 year, 2 year time, for example. Till that time, what you will write in your profile, how you will update your profile, you will say that you have completed ICF level 2 ACTP coaching education from Master My Life, and you are this coach. You are executive coach, business coach, life coach, this coach, that coach. This is what you will write. You will not write a word called as PCC or ACC. Right. But once you get the credential, you can use the word either ACC or the PCC. Point number 1. Point number 2, if for any reason you want to use the word, there is no need, but there are few people who want to use the word because maybe it is popular in the market or something like that. Then you can say, I have completed MML ICF ACTP level 2 PCC level coaching education. Level, not PCC, because the PCC is the credentialing. This education is PCC level. So what is PCC level? Means with that education, you can apply to the ICF for the PCC credential. So never say after getting the certification that you are a PCC coach. You are not a PCC coach. Because for the PCC coach, you have to apply to the ICF for the credentialing. You are PCC level coaching. You have completed PCC level coaching education. So you have to be technically right in talking to the people as well as updating your profile onto the social media. Otherwise, there is a problem of code of ethics. ICF should not say that is okay, you are not a PCC, but you are stating it wrongly in your profile, and then it violates the code of ethics. So be clear on that. And anyway, you are going to get that particular information at the end of the program again during the certification. But yes, for the ACC level students, because you will not be there during the M5 and all that. So you can't say you are a ICF ACC coach because you are not. The ACC is the credential. You can say that you have completed ICF ACC level 1 coaching education from Master My Life Education. That is right. So are you officially coach? Yes. It is not that only you become coach only when you get the credential. No, you become coach the day you get the certificate in your hand from the Master My Life. You are officially coach. You start your coaching practice and all that, right? Credentially is something additional, something which is making you more credible. A additional stamp is called as ACC and PCC, right? So this is the thing. And again, I cover this clearly in my ICF coaching education introduction sessions as well. Yes. Any question on this? Do not hesitate. Yeah.
Yes, very helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any question on the ACC, PCC credentialing, this, that? Please ask me. Of course, I'm going to go through the ICF credentialing again. But right now, is there any burning question in your mind, query in your mind? Please ask. Because it is very simple. The ICF website has all the information. But in spite of that, somehow, even my team is also not 101% clear. There is some ambiguity there. I don't know why that ambiguity is there when the ICF has given such a fantastic information on their website. Mentor coaching. So the program has 12 hours of mentor coaching, 8 hours group mentor coaching, 4 hours individual mentor coaching. Out of this 4 hours, 3 hours is synchronous, 3 sessions of 1 hour each with the mentor coach, and 1 hour is your homework. ACTP program means it has to be with the mentor coaching. It can't be without the mentor coaching. Mentor coaching is an integral part of the PCC level ACTP program, which our GCCP is. Only for the convenience, we have broken the program into the two. And the part 1 is called as ACC level and part 2 is called as PCC level, only for the convenience. Is it ACC level program? It can't be, because you are learning the coaching process which applies to the PCC level. You are learning all the core competencies and the PCC markers, not ACC markers. So the program is necessarily PCC, but you are not completing the entire program and you are completing more than 60 hours of, say, education. So we are saying that it's a ACC part of the program. But there is no ACC PCC part of the program. The entire program is PCC only. You are completing the partial program. If you are stopping at M3, means you have completed the partial program. That's it. But it is a PCC level program. But if you have to get the ACTP certificate, so you see for the partial completion of the program, you will get level 1 ACSTH certificate. For the complete program, you will get the ACTP level 2 certificate. And ACTP level 2 certificate means it must be integrated with the mentor coaching. 4 sessions of the mentor coaching. In your PCT, there is my video wherein I explain the mentor coaching. So you can go through the details. You have the calendar also. Calendar also has information. Course study also has information. And the PCD has a video, my video on explaining the mentor coaching. So you will understand that there is 8 hours of group mentor coaching. Every mentor coaching session has a very application-oriented purpose. It is not the theory or the concept that will be taught to you in mentor coaching. It is all about your practical application of the pointers. The mentors will share with you their real life experience, how they find solutions, what are the generic challenges in coaching practice, how they have overcome them. So with those practical experiences, you will learn. And then there is an individual mentor coaching session, right? So the individual mentor coaching session, each session has a prerequisite. For example, the individual mentor coaching session 1 is all about your coaching call recording assessment. Which coaching call recording assessment? Which you will submit at the end of M5. So unless you will submit that particular coaching call recording to MML, and unless you get the assessment report, you can't complete the IMC 1. Because the IMC 1, the agenda itself is the assessment for the coaching call recording. Like that, there are prerequisites for every IMC, and that also information is there in the video. In the PCD, there is a video on the mentor coaching. Click and you will get the information about all these things. Then there is IMC 2, then there is IMC 3. Before IMC 3, you have to submit your final performance evaluation CCR 3 before IMC 3. If you don't submit it, you can't complete your mentor coaching. Your IMC 3 will be pending. Once you submit your third coaching call recording, then you can go ahead with the IMC 3 and you can officially complete the program. So there are 3 coaching call recordings. So okay, but before that, any question on the mentor coaching? Yes, Ashwin?
Sir, I have a question here. So
Yeah.
is this mentor coaching similar to the one, the coaches that we have been assigned right now, or is it this going to be completely different?
Yeah. So this mentor coaching is going to be completely different, because in the individual mentor coaching, you will be given 5 options of 5 mentor coaches. You have to choose, or you have to say your preference number 1 and 2 out of the 5. And we will allot you one mentor coach who is either your first preference or second preference. Definitely you will get a mentor coach who is either your first or second preference for the individual mentor. In a group mentor coaching also, if you see, right? So this is your batch 1. So I will just show you the calendar of the batch 1. So if you see the group mentor coaching, which is at the end of the program, which is after MCA, right? So if you see, these both are MCC coaches. Lisa Calls is a MCC coach from North America. Jackie is also MCC coach from the North America. So the MCC level coaches are taking these GMC sessions in your case. And once you complete, and again, it's a very practical kind of learning. It is not a theoretical kind of learning. Right? The presentations of the mentor coaching are totally different. Right. So they are more of interaction, experience sharing, right? So you will express your challenges, doubts, and then there will be some tips given to you. So it is very practical because you have already completed your coaching education. Now there is no point in again teaching you something, right? So now it is considered that you are a practicing coach during your mentor coaching period. So the entire discussion will be very practice oriented, business oriented, right? Discussion, and then followed by your group mentor coaching, you will go ahead with your IMC with the mentor coach allotted to you. Which mentor coach? Not the mentor coach of the GMC, not the mentor coach of the group mentor coaching, right? The mentor coach, the options are given to you in the mentor coach preference form. All these forms are already part of the PCD. Just for the fun on Sunday, just spend 2 hours with the PCD and you will get all the information. You click on the form will say, at least you don't fill the form, but you will know that is okay, this is the content, these are the mentor coaches, and this is how I have to fill the form. So just in advance, click on the forms and just see the content. For a certificate declaration, what information is needed, for the mentor coaching preference, what is needed. So all that information is available in the PCD.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Ranjit.
Hi. Thank you, sir. Thank you for explaining this one. So if I understand this mentor coach, what we having right now, the coach mentors are different from mentor coaching. That is one thing. And this basically, this is a prerequisite for our ICF PCC credentialing. Is that correct? That 11 hours or to 11 hours of mentoring is part of the ICF credentialing, right? So, and should we do this mentoring, mentor coaching right after our education, or can we have a gap before we take this up?
You can have a gap. Up to you.
Okay. But will we get the GCCP certificate without completing this?
No.
Okay.
Because the program is approved by ICF with mentor coaching.
With mentor coaching. Okay.
Without mentor coaching, there is no level 2 program.
Got it.
Yeah. Then I
complete
level 1 certificate. But by doing the level 2 program, why should you get the level 1 certificate? Right? Level 1 certificate is the one level below, right? So if you are doing the level 2 program, you should get the level 2 certificate.
Yeah. So right now we complete the education by August, and probably like let's say in case of my case, if I'm taking a break for 3 months and join the mentoring, let's say in November, and then complete it in January, February.
Correct.
So will I get a ACC like a level 1 certificate in August and then a level 2 certificate in?
So PCC level students never get 2 certificates.
Okay.
You will get only single certificate
after completing the mentoring.
Yeah.
In this case, yeah, if I take it in November and then complete the mentoring in let's say Jan or Feb, I'll get it in Jan or Feb whenever I come.
You don't have to worry on the certificate because you can still update your social media profile that you have completed the coaching education, right? And if you want some support from MML operations, we can issue a letter that you have already completed the coaching education part and you will be under. So all that support will be provided to you. Yeah.
Formal certificate is when I complete the mentoring entire part.
That's it. Why? Because this 175 hours include mentor coaching hours, and I can issue the ACTP certificate only if the 175 hours are stated in the certificate. I cannot state 160 hours on the certificate and give you the ACTP certificate. Then I have to give you ACSTH level 1 certificate. But for the PCC student, I cannot issue 2 certificates. I have to issue only 1. So in your case, this probability of I issuing without mentor coaching certification is not there in case of PCC student. In case of ACC student, that probability is there. The ACC student can say me, that is okay, I have completed my coaching education, I am yet to complete my mentor coaching. Give me the certificate only for the coaching education. Why? I can give you, because it is a level 1, it is ACSTS certificate. So I can issue that certificate. Then they will complete mentor coaching. I will issue another certificate of a mentor coaching to them. That is okay, earlier you completed 80 hours of the coaching education. Now you have completed 11 hours of mentor coaching. Like that, they can have the 2 certificates, and both the certificate they can upload to ICF website at the time of ACC credentialing application. But for the PCC, you are going to apply through the level 2. And there are many benefits of the level 2 application. In a level 2 application, you get the credentialing in 4 weeks time. In level 1 application, you take minimum 16 weeks, now 18 weeks, right? In a level 2 application, right, fees are less. In a level 1 application, fees are more. ICF fees. In a level 1 application, you have to submit coaching call recording to the ICF. In level 2 application, you don't have to submit coaching call recording to the ICF. So it is a common sense that after doing this program, you have to apply through the level 2, right? Absolutely. So you must have a level 2 certificate and not level 1 certificate.
Yeah. Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
My query was more about the gap in the between.
No problem. Yeah, don't worry. It means you can complete your coaching education, right? Take gap. Then, because anyway, quick mentor coaching you are going to complete. So your program will be just the 3 individual mentor coaching sessions will be pending. You can do it as per your convenience. The day you complete it, you will be cleared for the certification. So there is no hurry per se. So there is a question. This Anupam has asked, which maybe all of you also can benefit. So can I apply for PCC certification after 500 hours of coaching, even after I have not done the ACC 2? I have applied for the ACC level only. So this is our question. So for the PCC level credentials, there are 3 requirements from the ICF. The requirement number 1 is you must complete more than 125 hours of coaching education. Requirement number 1. Requirement number 2, you must complete minimum 10 hours of PCC level mentor coaching. And requirement number 3, that you must complete the minimum 500 hours of coaching practice. Out of the 500 hours of coaching practice, minimum 450 hours need to be paid. And this 500 hours of coaching practice need to be done for minimum 25 coaches. So these are the rules and regulations. So you can apply to the PCC only for that. For example, now you are completing the ACC level education. Definitely your number of hours are not going to be 125. I think in MML case, they are around 80-85 hours is what the ACC level coaching agent. So definitely you are not eligible to apply to the PCC even after you completing 500 hours, because you have to meet all the ticks, right? So the first tick is 125 plus hours of coaching education. Second tick is minimum 10 hours of mentor coaching. And the third tick is 500 hours of coaching education. So Anupam, please ask me question. I want you to be 100% clear.
Yes, sir. Now got it clearly. Thank you so much. Actually, I thought that it can be done. So that is missing. So for that, I need to complete 125 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Yes, Vitu.
Yes, sir. Like you said, like we don't have to submit to ICF for PCC. So is it only about these 3 recordings, or like what about those 500 hours? Like we have to submit those recordings to MML or to ICF?
Okay. So there's fantastic basic question. So the number 1, for the 500 hours, you don't have to keep any recordings. It is called as coaching log. Log is equal to written record. So you need to have a written record in the format we have already provided you. Your coach study guide and the PCD has 2 formats. One is a buddy coaching log format, which is only for your learning purpose during the coaching education, right? So you have to submit these buddy coaching logs at the end of every module. So that is the buddy coaching. Your entire coaching practice needs to be entered in an Excel sheet of ICF coaching log format. ICF never ask you to keep any recording of your coachings apart from the CCRs what you will submit to MML. For the CCRs, of course, without the recording, how the assessor will evaluate you. So for that, for the 500 hours, no coaching recording keeping is necessary. For your own record, if you want to keep it, you keep it. If you don't keep it, it is absolutely all right. Right. So this is the point number one. Point number two, even ICF do not ask you to upload this Excel sheet at the time of application. ICF asks you to tick three things. Have you completed 500 hours of coaching practice? Tick. So in this 500 hours is 450 hours plus minimum 450 hours paid coaching? Tick. Has this coaching done with more than 25 clients? Tick. That's it. What ICF does, ICF audits not every student, because it's an audit, it is on a sample basis, right? So maybe 1 in 100 cases, ICF will ask you, that is okay, now you are a case of audit and you have to submit us the proof for your coaching practice. And ICF gives you 30 days to do it. So even if your records are not consolidated or proper, right, you can have a 30 days time to consolidate the record, talk to your coaches that there is a probability that ICF will send you. ICF never calls anyone. They will only send email, right? And ICF doesn't ask you even the phone number of your client. So the client name and email ID, this much contact information is enough for ICF. So ICF on a sample basis within your 500 hours might send emails to few of the coaches that is okay, ask me to coach you and was it a paid coaching? And if your client says that yes, then your case will be clear in the audit. But this is in the audit. ICF doesn't have the manpower to check 500 hours of coaching logs of each and every applicant. Not possible. Got it, Mithu? Yeah. Yes, Suvarna?
Sir, when you say paid coaching, what exactly paid means?
Yeah, paid coaching is any coaching which is not free. For example, say barter coaching. I pay Suvarna, Suvarna is paying me. Paid coaching means the barter happens generally in the coaching circles, right? So it is also, so the Suvarna pays me 1 rupee for the coaching. It is paid coaching, right?
Okay, so do we need to have any such formal evidence which will help us to know that it is a paid coaching?
So generally, the preferred way, not a mandatory way, preferred way to is have a coaching contract, right? A small one-page coaching contract, okay, this is the assignment and these are the commercials or something like that. So this is the preferred way. The second way is to at least have the email correspondence. That is okay, this is a paid coaching or something like that, and this 100 rupees, 1,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees is the basically the consideration amount, service amount. Like that, you need to have records. Again, ICF is not interested. See, the intention is more important. Do you know what is the intention? Because if you are only doing the 500 hours of free practice, then okay, since it is free, the stakes are low. So when it is a paid coaching, the stakes are high. So you are actually performing, giving results. You are obliged to give results. So that means you have now risen up to the level of a professional coach, and now I can give you the PCC credential. But if you are doing $1,000 of free coaching, I'm not sure, right? So, means whether you have risen to the level of a professional coach. This is the reason ICF does it. ICF hardly will check anything. But yes, if your case will come in audit, of course they will check. Right? So then they are going to ask your coachee, okay, means has Suvarna coached you? How many hours? And was it a paid coaching? Because if you see the ICF log format, there is a column of paid or pro bono. So you have already said that this coachee, you have coach paid. So they will just, and again, with the coachee or with the you, they will not ask evidence. They will only ask coachee. They will ask only Excel sheet from you, number one. So if your case will come in audit, first they will ask you, you submit your coaching call records. Then you will submit your Excel sheet. Excel sheet will have name of a coachee, email ID, whether it was a group coaching or the individual coaching, and how many number of hours, because the ICF doesn't want a session-wise record. They want assignment-wise record. So the Hemant has coached Bela for the 10 hours. So in a single line, the entire information will come. So the name of the coachee, Bela email ID, it was the individual coaching, right? Paid coaching, and number of hours 10. And start date and end date. So I started coaching Bela on 1st January 2022. I ended my coaching on say 30th of June 2022. So this is the information they are looking for. So now they already have this information from you in Excel sheet. Now they will verify. How they will verify? They will randomly pick some coach's email ID. They will send them email and they will ask, okay, has Hemant done this particular paid coaching with you? They will not ask how much money you have paid, whether it is ₹1 or $100. So they are not going to ask that. Okay, so if the coach says, yes, I have been coached 10 hours by Hemant and it was a paid coaching, then your case is cleared.
Okay, so this is a very probably a easy scenario in case of individual coaching. What happens if an opportunity comes and we do a team coaching? So can this counted as a coaching also?
Yes, team also considers, but the number of participants in the group say are 10, and you coach them for the 2 hours. It is 10 into 20 hours. It is 2 hours only.
2 hours, yeah.
That's so you have to just mention the hours wherein you were engaged. You were not engaged for the 20 hours. You were engaged only for the 2 hours.
Agree.
Coaching hours will be 2, and the group coaching is absolutely allowed.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. For example, you are already a agile coach in your organization, right? And then whatever coaching you do within your organization will be considered as a paid coaching. Why? Because organization is already paying you as an agile coach, right? Means you are getting your remuneration, not from the coaching, but from the organization. So you can log in those hours also under the paid coaching. If you are working as a coach in any organization, whether it is agile or any other kind of coach, if the organization itself is giving you responsibility for the coaching, then it will be considered as a paid coaching. Yes, Ranjit?
So last one thing, is there a duration with which, within which we have to complete this 500 hours after completing the?
No. You can take even 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So the coaching call recording. So 3 coaching call recording, 1 at the end of M3, 1 at the end of M5, and 1 during the individual mentor coaching must be submitted before the 3rd IMC, which is your final performance evaluation. So these are the 3 coaching call recording assessment. ICF asked coaching educators only 2, but we are doing 1 extra. Every coaching call recording, there is a spec. Again, there is a video available in the PCD on the spec of the coaching call recording. Please go through that particular video. Coaching practice. You can log in your hours in the Excel sheet of ICF format coaching log the day you join the coaching education program. For example, you have joined this particular program on say 20th of February 2023. So from 20th of February 2023, whatever coaching you do, you can log in those particular hours, whether it is a coaching practice during your coaching education sessions, whether it is your buddy coaching practice, whether it is your observed coaching practice, you can log in those particular hours. But of course, all these 3 hours will be pro bono. The coaching practice within the session, no one is going to pay you. In buddy coaching, they are not going to pay you. In observed coaching, there is no question of the payment. So all these three kinds of coaching, how many maximum hours you can log in? Anyone? Any division learner who wants to respond to this particular question?
50, right?
50, correct. Up to the 50 is the answer, right? You cannot log in 51 hours of this, but up to 50, you can consider your coaching practice within the program, buddy coaching, observed coaching, put together up to 50 hours, you can log up to 50 hours. They can be 10, they can be 20, they can be 49, up to 50, you can consider in the ICF coaching log. The balance hours need to be the paid coaching. What is the definition of the paid coaching? Any coaching which is not free. Barter trade is not free because there is some consideration. I am giving you wheat and you give me rice. So there is a consideration in a barter trade. I give you 100 rupees, you also give me 100 rupees. There is a consideration in the barter trade. So it is called as paid coaching. Single rupee, single dollar is a paid coaching. In your company, you are doing coaching and you are getting salary, paid coaching. In YML CMC, you are doing coaching, paid coaching. Why? Because it is a professional global coaching circle. So all the coaching, what you will do in YML CMC will be considered under your paid coaching hours. Any question on the coaching hours? Yes, Bella.
Sir, we can only get associated with YML CMC once the training is completed, or we can do it right now also.
You cannot do it right now. You have to wait till the end of M5.
Okay.
Once you complete your M5, if you are a PCC student,
Yes.
if you are a SCC student, then you can join the YML CMC at the end of M3. Once you complete the M3, you can join the YML CMC because the fees for the SCC students are different. They have to pay $300 fee. For the PCC student, the fee is $600 and you have to wait till the M5. Why? Because you will be paid with the PCC coaches and all that. So there is a different kind of arrangement, and the support what you will get will not be for the 100 hours, but will be for the 500 hours.
Got it. Okay.
Any question on the coaching practice? Clear? Once you all show me thumbs up, I will move ahead. Till that time, I will wait. Yes, Bela Ashwin have given me signal. What about others? Okay. So I'm moving forward. coaching logs. So the crux of the MML coaching log is a reflection. I have already explained. It is not necessary that you must fill all the fields, but wherever possible, you have to fill the information. MML is not interested in even going through your coaching logs. They are for your own reflection. But we want a proof that yes, you have completed the coaching practice and you have reflected. That is the reason we are asking you this particular coaching logs, right? So they are reflective. If you want to further modify, improvise the format, you can do it. It's a soft copy. Means we are not hard and fast. No. This is the best format. No, if you think that no, I want to add a few more columns, I want to delete 1 or 2 columns, it is absolutely all right. So the objective is that are you reflecting? Are you learning? That's it. So with that particular objective, you can play around with the format and all that. No problem. So this is for your learning purpose. And this is the ICF format. So how ICF want you to have the proof record with you, and when the ICF will ask you, okay, I want to audit you, how ICF wants to see the coaching log? Name of the client, contact information, that is minimum email ID, whether it was an individual or group coaching. If it is a group coaching, what was the number in group, just for their understanding. The start date of the coaching assignment, not the coaching session, coaching assignment, the end date of coaching assignment. So the each row is 1 coaching assignment. How many paid hours? 5, 6, 10, 12. And how many pro bono hours? So in this particular single line, either there will be paid hours or there will be pro bono hours, right? So both can be there or should not be there for a single client. So either the client is a paid client or the client is a pro bono client. And if we sum up the last 2 columns, the paid hours need to be minimum 450 or more. And pro bono hours, right, should be maximum 50 or less. So this is how ICF looks for a 500 hours of record from your side. Any question on the ICF coaching log format? And this particular format is available into the PCD. All what I am showing is available into the PCD. I am not giving you any information or any format which is not a part of the PCD. Everything is a part of the program configuration document, single sheet, month wise. If you go through that particular document, if you click on the variety of the forms, you are going to get all this particular information in the PCD. For the ICF credentialing, ICF website is the Bible, because they might change some regulations, right? As of now, I'm just giving you the gist of the ICF credentialing. What are the steps? First, you have to complete your coaching education, which is M1 plus MC, means M1 till M6. Again, this is for the PCC. For the ECC, it is M1 to M3, common sense. And of course, you have to complete the mentor coaching, because the level 2 program includes the mentor coaching, and the MML GCCP is a level 2 program. See, in the world, there are 2,666 coaching educators, 2666 approved by ICF, out of which 407 are level 2. Out of 407, only 10 are operating at a global level, and MML is one of them. So you are already learning in one of the top 10 coaching educators in the world who is level 2, which is the highest level. So definitely, right, most of you should get the level 2 certification, which is a cohorted certification in the coaching world. So how you will get the certificate? You will meet all the certification criteria and you will submit a certification declaration Google form. That form also is there into the PCD. Just check it in advance. That is okay. What kind of information you need to provide in this particular form after you completing the coaching education. When you are ready to receive the certificate, you have to at that time submit this particular form. This form will go to the MML operations. They will verify the form. And if all the conditions are met, they will issue you the GCCP certificate. Once you are certified coach, you have to complete your coaching practice. If you are already working as a coach in the organization, then YML CMC coaching practice may not be essential for you, because you already have the coaching practice avenue. But if you are not working as a coach in any organization, believe me, without YML CMC support, it is not possible to complete 450 hours of paid coaching humanly. Because client acquisition will take time. Of course, you can complete, but then you will take enormous amount of time. If you want to complete your coaching practice in say 1.5 years, 2 years, right? Then YML CMC is the viable option. And the YML CMC is not only for coaching practice. It is for the coaching practice. In YML CMC, every month there is a coaching demo. In YML CMC, every month there is a observed coaching session, right? In every month there is a coaching knowledge session. What is happening into the coaching? What is new? ICF credentialing exam. Like that, there will be new topic every month. So one Thursday, knowledge session, one Thursday demo, one Thursday observed coaching session, one Thursday interaction and the sharing, right, among the people on their learnings from the coaching, the challenges they are facing and all that. Like that, every Thursday there is a predefined agenda. And the coaching practice happens outside YML CMC meeting hours. So the YML CMC meet every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. India time. So this is there. It is not necessary for a member to attend each and every meeting. It is up to you. So the it is as per you whether you want to miss. It is not like a GCCP where the 80% of attendance is mandatory, right? So you are a member, you are a lifetime member. As per your convenience, you will attend. As per your interest, you will attend. But it is not only about the coaching practice. It is about the variety of the areas and the networking, and you will be part of the global coaching circle. And the practice, what you will do, will be outside these fixed hours, outside the calendar, as per your and your coach's convenience. But what YML CMC will do, YML CMC will make pairs, right? So this pairing will be done, right, in the first 30 minutes of every Thursday. So 2 hours. So the first 30 minutes, there will be pairing. If you do not have a coachee, right, then a person from the YML CMC will be given to you. And then if you have already completed, say, 10 hours with any coachee, you will tell during the first 30 minutes, no, I have already completed the 10 hours of this coaching. Now I am looking for one more. Then all those particular discussions will happen in first 30 minutes, and then the next 90 minutes is the session agenda. So this is the YML CMC. And once you complete your 500 hours of practice, you already have the level 2 certification. Now you complete your 500 hours of practice as well. Then you can apply. It is not mandatory for every one of you to get ICF credential. It is not mandatory. Our certification is enough. But if you want this additional credibility, which is definitely good for your personal branding, and many corporates ask for this kind of credentials, especially if you are an executive coach, then you need to apply to the ICF online, right? And then once you upload your GCCP certificate and tick on this particular 500 hours of coaching practice related questions, then ICF in next few days time, in 3 days time, will give you the credentialing exam link and will give you 90 days to take the exam. The exam will be proctored. Proctored means you have to only see at the screen and the camera. You cannot have anything, no notes on the table. So your entire table has to be clean. You have to be only focused on the screen, and you have to solve that particular exam. Do not worry. In YML CNC, you are going to get the training on the ICF credentialing exam. And once you pass the exam, right, in 4 weeks, if you are level 2, you will get your credentials. And if you are level 1, in 16 weeks, you will get the credential. So this is the